come to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and then next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. The give to the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Trying to get to him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Well, the offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he made the extra point without problem. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Navy will go back on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Complete out of the backfield. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. The short hands, it's McNamara. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Snap from the gun on third down. The throw. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Navy offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Back to the air one more time. Gets it out fast. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Navy quick to the line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than...
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Well, that's a great job on the blitz, getting the sack. He's showing you his speed right there. And with that play, he's making some of the great Golden Domer linebackers of old proud. Guys like Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith. How about Michael Stonebreaker? One of the all-time great names in college football history. Looking on, proud of what they're seeing from this young man. This dude has some skills.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll pull it down. Short gain on the play before he slides. Navy will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. They'll give it to the back. Finds room at the 10. Off he goes. The 50. The 40. The 30. Past the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Irish. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
That's the kind of play that might happen only one time in your life if you're lucky. It's like a hole-in-one in golf. Pollock, a 99-yard touchdown run.
When you get almost 100 yards on the day, you're happy. But when you get it on one carry, it's even better. They give it to him. Once he gets past that second level, no one catches him all the way to the house. 99 yards.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're bringing heat. Got a man in the middle. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw over the middle of the field. Nice little strike down the field for a big play. Listen, you got to throw it where it's open. And he found a slot, found a little hole in the middle of the field. Nice job attacking it.
Got his man quickly. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish back on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got his man. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
To the air on 1st down. Got a man. It's McNamara. Across the 25, he's got room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Give to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beats you.
29 Philly. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Back open in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the route is on. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Wide open downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Lawson. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Running back goes in motion. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, the running back has it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll go right back to him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. The give to the back. Thrust that arm out. He stopped just a... Two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage. Get the offense does on this next one.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball high.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the beatdown has ensued. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Navy will go back on the attack. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Got it in the middle, it's Collins. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over.
Got a lot of running room. He's at the 20. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Navy will have it with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, midshipman.
And how about this play by the offense? 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Everything says it's going to be a run. It's going to be a run. Nice job by the offense. A little sleight of hand, throwing the football, getting the touchdown.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Here come the Irish, back on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jay.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Give to the single back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get it through the air. He makes the connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Going up top on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. One more play to pad the stats. They want to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. And the stomping has commenced. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the